Hello viewers, welcome to Learn Computer Tech Easy channel. In this video we are going to see what is structure, how to implement structure and what is the use of structure. First of all, we see what is structure. A structure is a user defined data type which is going to store data items, multiple data items with different data type. We have already seen an array. Array is a data type which stores multiple data item of same type, that is same data type, but structure will store multiple data item with different data types. Okay, for using structure we should define the structure and then we have to declare the structure. Structure will act as a normal data type. If you define a structure means we can use that structure as a normal data type. Okay, with the use of structure we can define our own data type. With the data structure with the structure in C we can define our own data type. We can add multiple data items with the different data types into a single framework. Okay, now we are going to see how to implement this data structure in C language by using a simple program which is going to give details of a student. This structure will act as a template of multiple data item. Okay, now we will see how to define a structure and how to assign values to the structure and how to declare the structure. The syntax for creating, that is defining a structure is, the structure can be defined using the keyword struct. We have to give the keyword struct to define the structure in C language. First we should specify struct keyword and then we have to give the name for the structure. Here in C language that name is said to be tag name. This tag name will act as a data type for the entire data items inside the curly braces of the struct tag name. Inside the curly braces we have to give the data items which should be added to the structure. Okay, first we have to specify the data type and we have to specify the variable. The member one is a variable. The variables which are defined inside the in between the curly braces of a structure template is said to be members of the structure. We can specify any number of members inside the structure template. This is the definition of structure. We have to close the structure by using closing curly braces and we have to specify the semicolon after the closing curly braces. This is the definition of structure. Next we have to see how to declare that structure. Declaring the structure is similar to declaring the object for a class in the object oriented languages. But the only difference between the declaring object and declaring the structure variable is in the declaring object we need not to give the keyword class, but in structure we have to give the keyword struct. Here I have specified tag variable v1, v2 and etc to vn The v1, v2, v etc. to vn are structure variables. Tag name is the structure name. Here I forget to give the keyword struct. We have to specify the struct keyword and then we have to give the tag name and then we have to give the variables whatever we want. We can declare any number of variables for the single structure. So this v1, v2, vn are stands for variables, and this each variable will copies the entire template. That is, we can access these variables, that is we can access the members of the structure with the use of these variables. Without these variables we cannot access these members of the structure. Next we are going to see how to access the members of the structure using the structure variable. It is similar to the accessing the members of class in object oriented language. In object oriented languages like C++ and Java, we access the members of the class using the object, that is object dot that variables or functions. Likewise in structure, in C, in structure we have to specify the variable, structure variable dot member of the structure. Here v1 is a variable, structure variable, and member 1 is the member of the structure. Next we will see how to assign values to the variables of a structure. Here we cannot assign values to the members of the structure inside the template, that is the definition what we have defined in the structure. We cannot assign values inside the definition. We should assign values to the members of the structure in the declaration only. After declaring variables to the structure, we can assign values to the members of the structure with the use of that variables. We can assign values to the members of the variables one by one, or at a stretch we can assign the values to the variables of the members of the structure members. Here S1 stands for variable of a structure and member 1 is a variable member of the structure. Value 1 is the value assigned to the member of the structure. We can also assign values to the variables, that is members of the structure on the whole. In the declaration itself, we can assign values to the members of the structure by using struct keyword, tag name, and object, that is structure variable, is equal to, within the curly braces we can specify the values to the structure. The values will be assigned from left to right. Now we will see this structure by using a simple program which is going to give the mark details of a student. Here I am going to create a structure called student. Inside the student I am going to declare the variables for the student, the name of the student and marks of the 3 subjects, and I am going to perform I am going to calculate total for the marks of the 3 subjects. First we have to define the structure. We have to specify the keyword struct and tag name, open the curly braces and declare the variables, that is members of the structure student. Name going to specify denotes the name of the student. M1 is mark of the subject 1, M2 is the second mark, M3 is the mark of the third subject. And total denotes the total of marks of 3 subjects. Close the curly braces and give the semicolon. Next we will start the main program. Inside the main program we have to declare the structure. Struct student and object name S1, that is this is the variable of the structure student S1. With the use of S1 we are going to get the values for name, marks, that is M1, M2, M3, and we are going to calculate the total for M1, M2, M3 with the use of variable S1. Gets is a function used to get the values for string. Here name is a character variable, character array, so I used gets function to get the value for name of the student. Next I got the values for M1, M2 and M3. After getting the values for m1, m2, m3, I am going to calculate total for these 3 marks m1, m2 and m3. S1 dot total is equal to m1 dot s1 dot m1 plus s1 dot m2 plus s1 dot m3. We have calculated the total for the 3 marks, and I am going to print the total of this 3 marks. The main program is over. Now you have to save the file. Now compile the program. We have some errors. I forget to give the keyword struct. Next is I missed the variable s1 dot m1 plus s1 dot m2 plus s1 dot m3. Now no error. Now I am going to run the program. It gets the name for the student and 3 marks m1, m2 and m3. Now it displays the total. That's all about structure in C. If you have any doubts in this video, you please comment in the comment section.